Welcome back to Random Rod Shop, folks. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I suspect everybody's kind of like me. We're just kind of waiting around to see what 2025 is going to bring. Today we're going to talk about welding carts. Oh, I suspect like a lot of you that watch this channel, you build welding carts, and I've built my fair share of them over the years. You know, the first one was for this Lincoln Tombstone welder, and like a lot of you, I want it to do a lot. I want it to be a Swiss Army knife, right? I want it to have the fork and the spoon and the corkscrew and the pliers. I want it all on there. With the idea being, I can drag everything I need to the project I'm working on. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that's not really the way I work. Keep building carts like that, but that's not really the way I work. Well, we were working on this international, and I can tell you that it's going to be the same on the rest of them. I move the welder all the time, right? And a big, heavy cart is kind of a problem, especially since I've seen welding carts that aren't like this, but most of the welding carts have fixed wheels. You got two fixed and two swivel. That means you got to drive those things around like a toolbox. That gets really annoying if, for some strange reason, you need a stinger out the other side. And you got to, do the parallel parking thing, back up, go forward, and get that thing turned around, unless you have a lot of space so you can just roll it out. But I suspect a lot of people like me, you ain't got that much space. So I have a lot of deep-seated beliefs that, a Swiss Army knife's the right idea. The problem is, it don't work the way I work. Now, the last cart I built, and I'll get the camera, I got it right here. The last cart I built, I decided, well, let me just swivel the table, right? So the welder is sitting on a table that swivels. And given I need it to, I need it small to move around, so it's a minimalistic approach. My thought is, all those tools have a home, right? I've got a drawer that has all of the grinders and all of that stuff, and it's just not that big a deal to walk. And I do my work on the workbench. Yeah, sometimes I do it on a little sawhorse, but the work is here, and I need to bring the welder to this if I need it. I don't need the welder all the time. So having the welder tied to a workbench doesn't make any sense to me. So let me turn the camera around and let me show you what I got, the latest iteration, and then we'll kind of talk about why that didn't work. That's not a great idea either. So, like I said, minimalistic approach. Just got a bottle, got a welder, and minimal frame. It's not that big. The table swivels, so I can kind of point it in either direction. So that is handy. That is handy. If I would have liked this setup, basically I'd trim this corner off so this thing could actually turn a full 100, probably 270 degrees. But in the end, this thing's still not handy. That is a full-size bottle. That's a 180 Lincoln. The combination of those two make this thing fairly heavy. And I didn't put, I didn't put casters on the back of this thing, which means you got to drive it just like a toolbox. Got to be a better idea. gotta be a better way to do this. Now, I could put better wheels on the back, you know, that had better bearings, and I could make this thing roll better, but I'm still not gonna be happy with this thing because it still isn't that maneuverable. Let me bring over the cart that the flux core's on. So this is the cart I've been using on the International. And that tray slides up in there. Like a lot of shelves, it's a catch-all. Most of the time I try to keep it shoved up in there. But this turned out to be kind of the cat's meow in terms of welding carts. This thing is highly maneuverable. It has a very small footprint, and I love it. This thing is handy. You could just take it where you need to get. Now, it's not an outside, right? You guys that's dragging this stuff around on the outside, that's a whole different animal. My thought was, I've got another one of these, but it really isn't set up to handle a bottle like that. That's a lot of weight for this little cart. So I got to thinking, you know, I just need to build a cart that is set up like that can handle those things in as small a package as possible. Because the smaller it is, the better it's going to be working around a vehicle. All right, let me show you what I've been working on this morning. So, cleaned off the workbench. Oh, and you know, I'm gonna sidetrack you for just a minute. It doesn't look clean because I still got a lot of cleaning to do, but we spent a few days trying to clean up the shop. So I now have one car in here, and eventually this will be open space. That ought to make my life a whole lot happier. I'm excited about that. I was able to get the welding bench out of the corner over there. I hung those rear axles up on the wall. So that one's first, then that one, and then that one. So you guys that have some experience in lean, that's my Kanban. Okay, so cleaned off the table, and I can now have tabletop CAD, right? So I got to drawing out some lines, and I decided that I think the way to do this is just basically an H pattern on the bottom, and this is all 3/16 steel, so this is a pretty heavy base. I want the bottle as close to the ground as I can. One, it's heavy, and I don't want to pick it up 6 inches. But two, it'll help with the tippy on it. So this will actually get welded to the bottom of this leg right here on both sides. So this will be about 4.5 inches lower than what you see here. So the bottle will come up, it'll set right up on top of that. Casters, I had to do some thinking on the casters because, you know, the interesting thing about these casters, and all casters, is when you're pulling it one way, you know, the wheel's like this. When you turn it the other way, the wheel's like this. So I wanted to make sure when it was like that I didn't get over center on this bottle. So in this case, this wheel's going to go back just a little bit more. I could have cut these longer, but this is what I had. I think this will work. So we'll put swivel casters at all four corners, like so. Like so. And the bottle's going to sit here. And I'm going to weld this pipe right here. Let's see if it'll sit there. There we go. I'm going to weld that pipe right there. I'm going to take it down before it falls. And I'm going to use the straps to hold this bottle here. So I'll cut these loose up here. These are 1/4-inch steel bands, right? So once you tighten those down, the bottle is tied pretty rigidly to this post that's right here. Actually, very rigidly. So I'm going to cut these off. I'm going to use these bands on that. That should take care of the bottle side. Won't need anything to keep the bottle in because those bands are going to keep the bottle in. Now, for the welder, I'm going to weld this table to this post. I'm going to weld this table to this post. And the welder is going to set left to right. And you're like, well, why? Well, the orientation, that's the thing about putting swivels at all four corners. The orientation of the welder doesn't matter. I don't know why that was such a hard concept for me. So to keep the package, keep the footprint as small as possible, the welder is going to set this way. And it's 10.5 inches wide, so it's actually going to take up most of the space right here. All right, so it'll set across this way. The total length, I've got 24, and then it's going to hang out, so it's about 28 inches long. It's going to be 27, 28 inches long, and the total width is 18 inches. Now, it's bigger. Obviously, it's bigger than my little Rubbermaid cart over here. But that's that. I haven't figured out a way to get past that because I still got to put the bottle on this thing. And that's it. That's I think. Well, I am going to put a stiffener. So this stiffener, we'll cut it and it'll go from the corner to the pipe. So there'll be a stiffener there, and there'll be a stiffener there. And that, I believe, is the entire welding cart. It should be stable, and it's pretty simple, and it is highly maneuverable. So, let me get this thing, let's get this thing together. I didn't figure you wanted to watch me grinding and sanding and cutting. But hopefully you're interested in watching the thing get put together. I don't know if I told you, I made these plates. They're threaded, and I just made the hole big enough so what sticks through, that bolt can go in there. That's the reason there's holes drilled in the bottom of this. Let's see if we can line up. They swivel, it doesn't really matter. Just makes it look better. Well, I got carried away. These need to go on the outside. Okay, let me get them cut off. All right, we're back on track. So, let's have a look here. Well, that looks pretty level. So I got 0.1 degrees down on this side. Well, it would appear my battery just died. Let me go change the battery. Okay, here we go. I think I need to put a tack on one side or the other so we can move this thing around. Well, that's pretty close. Let me show you. All right. So I got 0.2 down. Okay, so that's pretty close. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's 0.1. That's pretty close. I think I'm gonna tack that other side over there. All right, well, I think that's gonna be pretty close. Let me finish welding this, then we're gonna put the pipe on it. All right, well, the welder's cooling down a little bit. I've got a level clamped along this back. Hopefully that's going to keep that straight. And what do you think? I don't know. Seems to be tenuous. What do you think? I think we put a tack on it and then see if we can get it happy. Looks like I should have put the tack on this side. Looks pretty straight. Let's see what the front looks like. Let me get this thing twisted around here. Looks like it needs to go back that way just a little. Oh! Well, not that far. Still pretty close. Well, I think we just need to weld it up. And once again, I think it's time for a new tip. Well, I'm kind of happy with that so far. I think that's going to work. I'm going to get the cutoff wheel. I'm going to go cut those, the clamps that hold the bottle off that other cart. All right. Well, I think that's going to work. I definitely think that's going to work. All right, so, you guys might be wondering why I'm kind of using these ratty barrel clamps. Well, they've been part of the family. My dad used them on I don't know where he got them, but he used them on the bottles that he used, and then I've used them on every set of bottles that I've had. And they've kind of become part of the family. So they've been hanging around the family for, I gotta believe, 70 or 80 years. So I don't see any sense changing it now. I'm okay with them. All right, let me see. That table is 40 inches on that one. And that's just right under the bottom of this band right here. So I'll probably bring it up to the bottom of the band. I like that height. That makes it easy to just use and, put new wire on. It's a nice height, for me anyway. All right, this table is made out of 3/16. Yeah, 3/16 plate. So I need to kind of jerry-rig some sort of stand here because I don't know how I'm going to hold it and square it and weld it all at the same time. Let me look around, see what I can find in terms of stands, and I'll get back to you. All right. Well, I found some string and some nuts, bolt nut, and I've got a couple of pieces of angle iron. I got a couple of pieces of angle iron clamped up underneath there to hold that end of it up. Now it's still not level, but at this point I'm focused on getting this thing, getting it lined up left to right. I think we got it pretty close. So I'm going to stick a level on that and tilt it up and see if we can get this thing tacked in there. All right, well, I don't know if you can see that there, but it looks pretty level, and we're 1/10 of a degree up, so that ought to work. And my strings are pretty close. Well, that don't look too bad. That looks level enough, square and level. I need to make the supports to go up underneath here. Now, what should happen is, and got the rounded edge here, so I'm going to just run this from the post to this corner, and that should strengthen this thing up sufficiently to carry the welder. I probably ought to get this welded in just a little bit better. All right, well, get the braces up in there. And I think we will be pretty happy. Well, that's nice. It looks like they're the same dimension. Take the win. All right, let me go cut these. I'll be right back. Well, it's still warm, but I think that is pretty good. That seems solid. I'm gonna stick the bottle in this thing. Well, that ought to be cool enough to have a look. Let's get the bottle out. Well, I think I'm gonna like that. I think I'm gonna like that a lot, folks. It seems to be pretty stable. And you noticed I put it, I made it so the lip is up, so if you're it can't vibrate off there while you're pushing it around. So, I grabbed the wrong machine. Let me get the other one. Well, I thought I had a lot of room given the way I thought the measurements came out. This lip looks like I'm going to have to bend this lip out just a little bit because the face of this MIG is bowed. That still works. All right. Well, let me get a crescent and let's bow this out. Oh yeah, we got plenty of clearance. I bent that out, but it didn't need to go quite that far, but it'll be okay. We'll straighten it up. We'll straighten it up when we get ready to paint and finish this thing. Folks, I'm pretty happy about this. I bought paint. I thought we were gonna. I thought we'd get it painted and get it grind it and paint it, but that's gonna have to happen later. Well, what do you guys think? I don't think a weld cart gets any simpler than this. I mean, and at the end of the day, if you wanted to, if you want to put drawers underneath this, there's all kinds of room here to put a plasma or whatever you wanted to do. Well, in my mind, this is the ultimate welding cart. It's got a small footprint. It will actually turn within that footprint. In terms of working on rusty cars, I think this is the way to go, because you can move this thing all around. All right, well, I'm just babbling. If you're subscribed, I do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, make a comment, leave a like, share the video. Until next time, I'm Random at Random Rod Shop, and we're out of here.